Google Stadia is dead. Salam marga, ladies and gentlemen, let's go. You know, to understand, all right, I don't want to sound like I'm too excited about this, but it's one of those moments where, like, I want to, like, gloat that I was right all along, that cloud gaming is still in its infancy. People are like, Murder, cloud gaming in the future. Look at Netflix, it killed Blockbuster. Yeah, well, here's the thing, buddy. Okay, when I'm watching a movie, it's really not an interactive medium, so input lag doesn't really come into my mind. When I'm playing a game like Siege or Street Fighter or Monster Hunter, latency matters. And when it comes to cloud gaming, no matter what advertising you get fed, you will always have latency. There's this thing called physics, okay? Connection to servers. It happens. Now, to understand, I'm not entirely excited that cloud gaming is dead. I always viewed cloud gaming as a nice supplement. Sometimes when I play Xbox Game Pass, I don't want to download a 50 gigabyte game. And if I can see it being streamed, I'm like, sure, let me try it for like 15 minutes. And generally, the cloud gaming experience is okay. Like, it's not perfect. It definitely has its problems. But when it comes to like short bursts of gameplay or trying something out, pretty awesome piece of tech, right? And it requires a big company with massive distribution around the entire world to run. Companies like Google, companies like Microsoft, companies like Apple or Amazon, you name it. But when it came to Google Stadia, Google absolutely screwed itself over. Now, I don't know why it's up to Google, like Google and canceling projects. It's like beer and wings, okay? It just goes fucking together. But when it comes to Google Stadia, Google did an absolutely terrible job at managing and advertising this thing. I'm going to throw out an idea for free right now, okay? Could you imagine every time when you go on YouTube and there's a gaming video, and you know how YouTube like auto tags a game? Like I could be playing like Solitaire and YouTube will be like, ah, that's Grand Theft Auto 5. Could you imagine if you were to go on and watch your favorite YouTuber like play Grand Theft Auto online or something, or GTA 5, and they're like, damn, I really feel like playing that game. Or I don't know, something like Red Dead Redemption 2. You're like, damn, I want to try this out for myself. Imagine where the advertisements usually are. Google could have like, hey, do you want to try this game on Stadia? You click one button and it gives you a 1-hour demo through your Google account, literally seamlessly, takes you to a different page, loads up a VM instance, lets you play the game, and then it gives you the option, hey, are you liking it? Want to give it a buy on Stadia and continue playing? Stream your save file across multiple devices? Do you understand that would have done way more to sell this product than whatever the fuck they were doing? I honestly thought Stadia was dead 6 months ago, because I wasn't hearing anything about it. Not an ad, not a peep, not a new game, nothing. But of course, Google has announced that Stadia is in fact shutting down. Stadia players, here's an important update, the last one you're getting. So let's go check this out, okay? This is a message from Phil Harrison, the VP and General Manager of Stadia. For many years, Google has invested across multiple aspects of the gaming industry. We help build and distribute gaming apps on Google Play and Google Play Games. Yeah, okay. A few years ago, we also launched a consumer gaming service, Stadia, and while Stadia's approach to streaming games for consumers was built on a strong technology foundation, it hasn't gained much traction with users as expected. Yeah, I mean, no shit, you didn't even really advertise it. Yeah, you advertised it for like a month, and then after that you were like, ah, nobody's playing, forget about it, let's go to something else. You shot yourself in the foot. You didn't even implement any cool things. You didn't even work with YouTube gaming partners to help push this product, okay, which would have actually succeeded had you played your cards right. We're grateful to the dedicated Stadia players that have been with us from the start. We will be refunding all Stadia hardware purchases made through Google Store and all the game and add-on content purchases from the Google Store. I wonder what about the Pro subscription? Probably not that. Now, of course, they're not immediately killing the service. They're letting it slowly bleed out till January 18, 2023. So if you're still trying to finish a video game, you got the option over here. I don't know why, considering your save files don't seem like they'll carry over to any other platform, or they'll give you an equivalent license key on like Steam or Epic or something. It's just done. Now, I have actually bought one game on Stadia, so it's time to see if I get a refund back on Siege, but here you can actually see the games, and it's not necessarily even an unplayable service. You can just click on any of these games, it'll load up a virtual machine instance on their servers, you'll connect to it, and you can play the game. The quality is obviously not up there, and I don't know why they'd sell games like Siege, for instance, that require tactile input, I don't know, maybe it's like some weird tech demo, even though the time that I've played has absolutely been, unenjoyable, especially in a competitive multiplayer setting. The underlying technology platform that powers Stadia has been proven at scale and transcends gaming. We see clear opportunities to apply this shit to YouTube, Google Play, or augmented reality. Yeah, I gave you the example earlier. Why can a billion-dollar company not have, like, the most slightest hindsight? It's not even like YouTube is a separate company from Stadia. I mean, they technically are, but, like, they could easily implement some cross-functionality between the partners, the technologies, in order to actually push Stadia more than any other cloud gaming service. For the Stadia team, building and supporting Stadia from the ground up has been fueled by the same passion for gamers that our players have. Many of Stadia's team members will be carrying this work forward in other parts of the company. So clearly they know that this technology can be more profitable in other sectors of Google. That's why Stadia is basically out of the play. Now, cloud gaming isn't exactly dead. Obviously, you've got NVIDIA GeForce NVIDIA GeForce Now, which is really good. Like, I've actually played a few games through it, not like all the way through, but generally when I'm too lazy to sign onto my computer and play the games on Steam, I'll stream them through GeForce Now on like a TV just so I can get like a full like television gaming experience. And generally it works pretty well. I mentioned earlier what I've done with Microsoft's xCloud through my Xbox Series X. Google has this technology to do it. They've even pushed the hardware. The problem is they just have not pushed this product hard enough. And because of that, I would say it's entirely Google's fault that Stadia has completely fallen. And you know what? The funniest thing is everyone called this the moment they launched Stadia. They literally launched it, promoted it for like a month, and completely forgot that it even existed. And the problem with Stadia, one of the largest issues is, obviously people who say that cloud gaming is the only future don't understand ever that gamers don't really want to deal with latency. We get pissy whenever like televisions input like a couple frames of latency. It's very noticeable, okay? That's why we have game modes on television, so they can turn down all of their post-processing features so we can actually play the game as we were supposed to. Imagine playing a game like Warzone where you need actual tactile functionality in order to play that game to its potential. And now you suddenly have to deal with milliseconds of frame delay upon the network delay that you're already dealing with. Not something that you even want to even conceive. I think one of the ways Stadia could have been successful is if they actually provided like a PC launcher. Like, imagine if I could play Cyberpunk 2077, I would have bought it on Stadia if I could play the whole damn thing on my actual PC with like ray-traced graphics and everything enabled. And let's say I wanted to play it on a bigger TV or something, or another device, or like a handheld device, something like my phone, then I could just immediately load up my synced save file from the Google's cloud. I could play it on Stadia on my devices, and then I could just sync that file back and forth. That's the kind of supplementary gaming that you actually are okay with, that actually seems like it could provide some tangible benefit. I would actually buy a game on Stadia if it allowed me to have an offline copy, and then I could play it on the streaming service whenever I felt like it. That would actually like reduce some of the cost for Stadia. Instead of forcing every user to constantly be using the cloud, allow us the option to preserve some of our games, have some of them stored locally, so you could add extra functionality. Look, I've been saying this shit for a long time. I've said it in any previous video regarding Stadia, but when I see Stadia fall, and it comes out like people are wondering just why it fell, it's not because I guess gamers weren't interested, okay? Clearly there are gamers that appreciate cloud streaming, okay? There's people that play games this way. The way that Google handled it was they released the product, gave enough of a fuck for 1 month, and then totally ignored how to capitalize on it for its entire lifetime. Yeah, ladies and gentlemen, Stadia is dead. And is it surprising? Hell no. Ladies and gentlemen, this is me, Mutahar, and if you like what you saw, please like, comment, and subscribe. Dislike it if you dislike it. I am out.